Hello one and hello all. And today, before I get into the meat of this video, I would like to say real quickly, thanks for making my Dinosaur Island Season 3 Episode 5. I think it was called Another Day in Dinosaur Island or something like that, I can't remember. That one. Thanks for making that, like, my 7th or 8th most viewed video of all time. Oh, that didn't take long. I don't know why that one blew up so much more than all the others. It's been, like, just barely over a week since I uploaded that. And it's popular as crap, so like, okay, I'll take it. So, now on to the real meat of this video. You've read the title. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm a WWE fan. I watch Raw and SmackDown on YouTube. I don't have cable. When I did have cable, I did watch the episodes as they came out, including the episode that took place in my home city of Jacksonville. That was a fun one. Anyway, so I'm a fan of it, you know. But I've never been to an event, like a live event. I didn't actually get into it. I got into WWE like in 2020, I think it was. When I started watching Lucha Libres. Like, I was watching Mexican wrestling, and I was like, I'm gonna compare this to WWE. And down the rabbit hole I went. So, I saw that there was an event happening in Rapid City, which happened last night as of recording this, which was June 18th. I'm recording this on the 19th, probably going to upload on the 20th, if it works out. And so, yeah, I've been talking too long, so I'm just going to get to the matches. I paid for the tickets, it was like 80-something dollars. And also, hold on, let me get some real quick. So, I got this. This is 20 bucks. It's a signed, autographed picture of Drew McIntyre. Autographed by Drew McIntyre. And I don't know if you can see right there. WWE official autographs. Yeah, I got that for 20 bucks. Worth it. Anyway. So now I'm going to go over the matches. So we start off the night around 7:30 with the Usos versus the New Day for the undisputed tag team titles. I like the New Day, you know, and the Usos, they're solid. The match was decent, nothing too crazy. The Usos landed their double super kicks. Kofi Kingston landed his SOS, you know, so a couple notable things, but overall just kind of a standard tag team match, you know, can't complain. So the second match was very random, very unexpected, and just kind of meh. It was, Robert Roode versus Veer Mahan of all things. Cause like, there was a match card on the website where you bought the tickets, but the match card only mentioned 4 matches. There was 8. And even then, one of the matches that the match card mentioned wasn't even fully accurate when it actually showed up on the show, but I'll get to that in a bit. So Veer Mahan and Robert Roode, it was kind of almost slow-paced match. It was fun doing the glorious thing with Robert Roode, so that was fun. He tried to go for the glorious DDT, got counted, got hit with $1 million arm, like, clothesline, that pound cervical clutch, and shouts to Robert Roode for not tapping immediately. I think he's one of, like, 2 dudes to not do that. So yeah, Veer Mahan, he wins. The third match, this was fun. This was Austin Theory, who challenged the Locker Room to, like, an open pose-off, same way he did to Bobby Lashley on Raw, like, a week ago. So that was, so yeah, he did it. He said, if anyone beats me in a pose-off, I'll put my U.S. Championship on the line. Montez Ford challenged him. By the way, Montez Ford is one of my favorite wrestlers in the business right now. Remember that Jacksonville episode of Raw I mentioned a little earlier back? Yeah, on that episode, he said Duval, so, you know, gotta love him. So he shows up in a cowboy hat. And, like, one of those red plastic party cups with, like, a drink in it or something. Goes for the pose-off, he wins the pose-off, and we got a United States Championship match online. Now, the match card mentioned this match, but it said it was going to be Mustafa Ali versus Austin Theory, not Montez Ford, so yeah, that was random. So yeah, this match is solid. Again, can't complain. Montez was doing some fun spots, you know. A lot of like mocking poses and stuff like that, you know. Solid stuff. Eventually, Austin Theory got the win with an ATL after countering Frog Splash. You know how it is. Fourth match was a triple threat for the Raw Women's Championship between Becky Lynch, Asuka, and Bianca Belair. This match was also pretty solid. There was a really big Becky Lynch fan, like just a couple seats away from me. And there was also a really big Asuka fan, like a couple seats away from me. No one seemed to care about Bianca except for this one person who had a sign on the floor seats that said Bianca Belair is my wife, and so next to him he said, "No, she's mine." Okay. I mean, the match was pretty solid. Ended with Bianca Belair landing a KOD on, I believe it was Becky Lynch, and getting the pin. But hey, I got to see a manhandle slam and an armbar, so can't complain. So not an armbar, a disarm her. The armbar, that's Ronda Rousey's move. They're similar moves, what can I say? Anyway, solid match. Asuka was really fun. She got a really big pop when her music started, I'll tell you what. There were a few dudes who got really big pops. Like crowd pops and stuff. Let's see, also, the crowd was chanting a lot throughout all this. Just like New Day Rocks was a chant that was going at one point, you know? Just a lot of boos when Austin Theory was around. Then there was a brief intermission where they advertised, "Get your Drew McIntyre posters." Is this that's not a poster. Get your autographed Drew McIntyre pictures. Yeah. So I used the bathroom. I did not get it then. I waited till after the show was over to get mine. Now I can show it off to the whole internet. Came back, and it was time for the next match, which was it was Shayna Baszler with Natalya accompanying her to the ring, though we played Natalya's music, but Shayna Baszler had the match, okay, versus Aaliyah. Now, I'm gonna admit this right now, I did not know Aaliyah's music, I did not know, like, what feud she's in, I don't know if I've ever seen her in a match. I don't care as much about the SmackDown roster as I do about the Raw roster, the Raw roster, you know. But, Aaliyah's music, I'll admit, it was a pleasant surprise. It's not like a new favorite of mine or anything, but it was solid. And this match was kind of random. So, you know, they went at it for like a couple minutes. Then Natalya entered the match and ended in a disqualification. So then Shayna and Natalya were beating up on Aaliyah. Then Raquel Rodriguez freaking sprinted out of the locker room, made the save. You know, she got a good sized pop with that, and then made it a tag team match. Raquel admittedly didn't do a whole lot of action in the tag team match. I got to see the fact that Raquel is quite tall in person. And she got the win with her finisher, the whatever bomb, I forget, it's like in Spanish or something like that, I don't know. I don't speak Spanish. So she hit a finisher on, I think it was Shayna. Yeah, it was Shayna. And got the win. Solid match, can't complain. Then the next match, this is one of my favorites. It was a triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship with Gunther. He came out first, accompanied by Ludwig Kaiser, obviously. He had new music. Apparently, he debuted this music like a week ago on SmackDown. I didn't know that, so I was waiting for his. What's this music even called? I don't know. I was waiting for his music that he had the previous like couple months on SmackDown to play, but instead, no, it's a new one, which honestly, it's pretty good too. So he came out first, then Shinsuke Nakamura came out. That was a fun surprise. I should also mention real quick that the Veer Mahan and Robert Roode match, the Intercontinental Championship match, and the two like women's like the tag team, Natalya Aaliyah stuff, those matches were not mentioned on the website at all. So those were all surprises. So yeah, Shinsuke came out, big pop. Obviously it's Shinsuke Nakamura. We sing along to his music, you know, he's great. And then Ricochet came out, so I got to hear the one and only live. That was pretty sick. Unfortunately, the rest of the music isn't as sick, but you know, I'm not complaining. The crowd was all for Ricochet in this match, by the way. Now, I kind of knew that Gunther's gonna win this because he just won the titles like 8 days ago. It'd be so random to have him win the title, 8 days later lose on a random live untelevised event. That's not how you book champions, especially Gunther. Like, anyway, this match was pretty awesome. Shinsuke was pretty solid. Ricochet was great, and Gunther was a sweet dominating force for most of it. This was one really awesome spot where Gunther went for his powerbomb, his finisher, and then Ricochet managed to counter into a sunset flip. That was awesome. And like, eventually Gunther got the win by hitting his powerbomb on Ricochet. But it was a really good match. Yeah, it was fun watching Shinsuke in person, Gunther, he's also quite large in person. I only just now realizing how big these dudes actually are when you see them in person. And finally, it was the main event. Sami Zayn cut like a backstage promo near the beginning of the show where he was like, because Drew McIntyre is challenging Roman Reigns for Money in the Bank and stuff like that, I gotta defend the bloodline. Because Roman isn't gonna show up to a house show, and the Usos already had a match, so, Sami Zayn's gotta represent, So Sami Zayn challenged Drew McIntyre to a street fight match. If this was not a street fight match, it probably would have been really boring, but it was a street fight match. So Sami Zayn came out first. He got approximately 5 minutes of booing and Sami sucks chants. My poster it's not a poster. My autograph just fell over. I don't know if you heard it. I'm just gonna set it here. Yes, I can admire it. Anyway, then Drew McIntyre cut him off as he was busy ripping trying to get the crowd riled up or whatever. He was like, no one in Rapid City can stop me. And then Drew McIntyre came out. He had an extremely long entrance. I only just now realized how seizure-inducing his entrance can be. And they had a match. First couple minutes of the match, nothing happened because Sami just ran away. Then Drew chased Sami into the locker room. And then out the locker room. Fortunately, they were in the locker room for like 5-10 seconds because, I can't didn't bother following them. Sami whipped out a kendo stick, started smacking Drew with it. Then he whipped out 4 chairs, started smacking Drew with them. The crowd started chanting, "We want tables," so naturally Sami whipped out a table. Drew at one point smacked Sami with the steel steps, you know how it is. He also smacked him on the barricades, you know how it is, the classic. And then the other wrestler goes like, that stuff. Anyway, so, whipped out a table. Drew whipped out the table, actually, and he set it up in the corner. Sami went for a Superman punch. Drew promptly caught him, but Sami countered, and then went for a spear through the table. Sami set up the second table. Sami tried to get Drew in the table. Let's see here. Drew went for a Glasgow kiss at one point. Sami tried to go for the haluva kick, but it was countered into a powerbomb through the table. There was also one point in the match where Drew McIntyre landed a suplex onto some chairs. And then finally, for the finish of the match, Drew McIntyre went for the Claymore after powerbombing him through the table, got the Claymore, got the win, and then promptly cut a promo for Money in the Bank. Saying that, when I win the Money in the Bank ladder match, I'm cashing in on Roman. And then he real quick is like, hey, Rapid City, how you doing? I'm gonna see if I can get us to have another show here soon. Anyway, see ya. And yeah, I then promptly bought this. So that was my first ever televised WWE. It wasn't televised. That was my first ever live WWE event. If they ever come back to Newcastle, not Newcastle, what? Oh, Newcastle too, but I don't think Newcastle's an arena. They ever come back to Rapid City. Hopefully it's while I'm still living in the country, because I do plan on leaving the country after college. If I've got the money to do so. So hopefully they come back soon. And yeah, I'll do a quick ranking of all the matches. Last place is the Aaliyah vs. Shayna. It was mostly just a setup for a different match. Disqualification. ending. It was pretty short. Number 7, I'll give to Veer Mahan versus Robert Roode. It was very random, kind of slow paced, just kind of meh, you know. Number 6, I'll give to the Usos versus the New Day. Just a average, solid tag team match. Can't be complained, you know. Didn't see a Trouble in Paradise or a splash or anything, so that was a little unfortunate, but whatever. Number 5, I'll give to Montez Ford versus Austin Theory. Again, just a solid match. Can't be complained. Number 4, I'll give to the triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship. It was a pretty solid match. Got to see Asuka, you know, fight in person. You know, she has quite the unique fighting style. So that was fun. Again, just a solid, pretty good match. Can't complain. Number 3, I'd give to the women's tag team match. It was cool how, you know, Raquel, like, made the save, made an impromptu tag team match, and solid match, too. I just like the suddenness of it, you know. It was just unexpected, you know. Number 2, I'll give to the Intercontinental Triple Threat match. It was just a really good match. What can I say? I actually really liked it. I said actually when I really I liked all the matches, but this is one that I really liked. Pretty good match. And number 1, I give to the street fight at the end because Sammy did a really good job of making himself hateable. And it's fun watching Drew beat the crap out of him. And of course, tables, you know, can't complain about tables. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention at one point, Sammy also hit Drew with the steel steps anyway. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, you can leave a like or subscribe if you like it, or you can leave a comment down below. If you have anything to say about it, you can also follow me on Instagram at RiddlerX5. And until next time, I'm probably going to start showing this off a lot more in my videos. I'll see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.